All right, let's see if that makes a difference. Does that work now? For some whatever. You're picking me over Seb because of quiet chat. I appreciate it. So, welcome. It's the dinner special. I'm Chef Tom. It's not a crazy name. It's not clever, but it's who I am. I appreciate anyone who is ignoring Severn because he's doing his 40-hour. We're gonna go right back to that when we're done. So that's what I'm gonna say to everybody when we're done. Hopefully this is working. Sound is good. It says I'm streaming, even though Chatty says I'm offline. Always have problems with this for some reason. Might be the fact that I run 3 cameras. Might be the fact that my computer likes the blue screen a lot. The software that handles the timer decided it doesn't want to launch anymore. I love my life. This is what it's come to. So we're gonna make some beer cheese soup. We're gonna make some bread bowls. I might do something with chocolate. Who knows? I've got plenty of chocolate around, and yep, I'm here. You can see me good. How's the sound? I know there's a little bit of background music. I like to work with some music. It's not overpowering, is it? No, I hope. Okay. So, this is the dinner special tonight. We are going to make some bacon beer cheese soup. We're going to put it in bread bowls. We're going to play with some chocolate maybe in the end, because I don't know what else to do. So, nothing real special. I didn't want to make anything too crazy because I leave in a couple of days to go away for vacation. So I don't want to fill up my fridge is already full of food from previous streams. So I don't need to fill up much more. But I did want to make something fun. So we're going to start with the bread. All right. Now you're gonna be like, Chef, I thought you always did everything on stream. You don't like do things ahead of time for us. I didn't. I bought this. This is bread dough. I bought it at the store because I needed to just have it. And so this is just 2 chunks of bread. I just let it sit. I'm gonna cut these in half and make 4 bread bowls out of this because each one of these is meant to make an entire pizza. Which actually, I think the Domino's bread bowls are just like a small pizza, so maybe it's good enough. But I'm gonna cut them in half, reform them, make 4 little bread bowls, and bake them up in the oven. I'm gonna kick the oven up to, I don't know, what's a good bread baking temperature? I'm not a baker. I think 425, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get that going. We'll get that set up. Shouldn't be watching this. Your parents are asleep. You shouldn't be cooking stuff to wake them up. Well, don't wake them up, but you should cook stuff. Cooking's good for you. I'm gonna move my carrots out of the way here real quick. I'm gonna take each of these guys. Oh, why did I flip that over? Cut them in half. We're gonna reform them. Make 4 bread bowls. I'll probably have more soup than for 4 bread bowls, but that's okay. You can always have soup out of a regular bowl too, you know. All right, so I'm just gonna work this a little bit. Hi, Elliot. Everyone say hi to Elliot. How you doing, buddy? So this is commercially made dough. I was making soup for breakfast, absolutely. So I'm just reworking this because it's been sitting unsanitary. Yes, but I'm not cooking for anyone except me and him. So it's okay. Okay, now you have to get down. It's 20 to midnight. 20 to midnight will put you about 5 hours ahead of me, so Greenwich Mean Time? I'm guessing Greenwich Mean Time, if you're 5 hours ahead of me. You'll be up till about 2 though? I'll probably be up till about 2 as well, and I still have to work in the morning. There's Elliot's friend. You won't see her though. Elliot has a visitor today. Yes, GMT. All right. So all I'm doing is making balls. Balls. So guess where? GMT. I mean, my first guess would obviously be England. But I actually have no idea. But you see a pug. Yes, that's Tallulah. That's Elliot's friend. She's visiting us today. You must have just caught her as she's running by. Oh, yeah, because you can see over the edge of the table. Yep. Yep, I was dog sitting today. So that's Tallulah, a pug. Yes, I said your name. You're not getting any of this. And off she runs. So, I don't know if you can get fresh bread dough where you are. I can get it here. There's a local bakery that supplies all the grocery stores around here with fresh dough. So you don't have to make dough from scratch. Because that would take like all day. So I'm just going to put these right on the pan. It's been greased. And I'll just go in the oven. That's just going to take a while. That's just gonna bake. We'll set a timer for 35 to start with the idea that we'll check on it and maybe it'll be done and maybe it won't. I have no idea. All the directions on the package are for pizza, not for bread bowls. So it's like, make a pizza, bake for 30 minutes on a stone. I'm like, oh, okay. So as in Tallulah does the hula for mine. Yeah. I guess. Alright. Why am I cutting the carrots first? Because that's the wrong thing to do. I'm just going to take the ends off. Okay. So, the first thing we're going to make up, we're going to render some bacon down. So we need the bacon and the fat. So, we'll go to the all camera. I fixed this week. There's all cooking cam. So you can see the magic over there. We're going to cut up our bacon. We're going to cut up into chunks, render it down. We want to render the fat out of it more than anything else. But really, it's bacon. If I'm going to have beer and cheese, may as well go all out and have the bacon too. So, I'm just going to chunk this up. My knife needs to be sharpened. I'll do that. If I've got some downtime, we'll sharpen the knife a little bit. Maybe you guys will get a little bonus today. You'll get a little bonus on knife sharpening. Alright. So the goal here is to render the bacon, which means we use low heat. We're going to put some low heat in the pan because we don't want to singe the bacon. We want the fat to come out of it. You want to do that by rendering, and rendering you do over a fairly low heat. And, yep. You know how to sharpen I know how to sharpen my knives. I just need to do it. Like I was cutting through the bacon, I'm going, this isn't quite as sharp as I'd like it to be. Yeah, I mean it's okay, but it's not the fine edge I'm used to. So we'll if we've got some downtime as we're doing this, I'll sharpen knives. Need something to stir that with. I'll go with the flat wooden spoon, just to break this up a little bit. I want to break up the bacon, get the heat distributed a little bit. Is a little high for what I want. Alright, spread this out. seasoned out. No one put them on the top. So while that's rendering down, we're gonna want to chop up our veggies. I'm not gonna go crazy with cleaning the cutting boards and go right into the same pot with the bacon. So, need a bowl, store me. We're gonna do mirepoix because this is a base for a soup. We're gonna do carrot, celery, onion, classic mirepoix. I'm just gonna chop them up real fine. What I recommend for kitchen knives, I have Frederick Deek knives. I will probably go to Wusthoff's next time I buy knives. That'll be a long time. I don't need to buy knives anytime soon, but I'll probably go to Wusthoff's for my next set. They're just nice. But I've got Deeks for now. I haven't seen them around for a while, so I don't know if you can even still buy Deeks. I've had these for like 10 years at this point. We want to do a fairly fine cut on this because we're going to end up, we want this to render down and soften up, and we don't really want this to like be pronounced in our soup. We want really small pieces that'll just cook up. So we want a nice creamy soup. We're going to achieve that by using some cream, some stock. We're kind of going to not really make a roux because we're not going to cook it separate, but we're going to put flour into this to help thicken it, and that's also what's going to keep the cheese from just binding up when we mix the cheese in. Oh, my dream. Thank you for the host. All right. So anyway, we're making beer cheese soup, and I don't have a beer in my hand yet. Let's fix that. Now, my favorite beer to make beer cheese soup with is Newcastle. Newcastle Brown Ale. I think it has a nice correlation with the, I think the nutty flavor and the brown notes really play off the cheddar cheese in a good beer cheese soup. So, woo! There we go. I got plenty. I need a beer. Can't believe I've been streaming for all of 16 minutes. I hadn't had a beer yet. And I was like, oh, something's wrong. Knew something was wrong. So worried about the timer software not working that I forgot to have a beer. That's just not healthy. Yes, Dream, that is a doggy. That is a visitor I have today. Her name is Tallulah. She's a pug. She's not mine. I have a cat. You know a cat. You know the cat. You've seen Elliot. He was here earlier. He visited for a little while. So, but she's here to visit today. And she's staring at me like, hey, you're going to feed me. And I'm like, no, you don't get beer cheese soup. So like I was saying, we want these fairly small. We really want to cook the crap out of the carrot. So we don't want really any big pieces in there. Get back here. Don't go running off. I mean, it's okay if there's one or two bigger pieces. We're gonna cook them for a while. You can see in the corner there. Pugs are tolerable. I like bigger dogs personally. Little Fish 1990. I'll have myself a beer. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the party. I like to think this is just one big party here. Kind of a calm, quiet cooking party tonight, but a party nonetheless. So we're going to just make a really, well, this isn't like really, really fine. I've done finer, but she's okay. So, we're going to do carrot, boom, do 2 carrots. I don't know, a lot of people think you don't need to do as much carrot. I think carrot adds something, especially in this where we're making an orange soup. So, I'm going to trip over you. All right. I still want to do really, really fine. I want this to get nice and soft. I'll have to check on that bacon in a minute. Apparently my knife skills are subpar today. Now, I was thinking about this. I play golf. And subpar, people tend to think means below where it should be. But in golf, it's a term derived from golf, but in golf you want to be subpar. You want to be below par. That means you're doing better. How did that happen? How do little things like that happen? Where it becomes so misconstrued that you actually are using it the wrong way on purpose. Like, how does that happen? Has anyone figured that out? Like, that was really bugging me yesterday, and I was watching The Office, and that's where it came up. But I was just like, how does that happen? But yes, there is bacon cooking. I'm assuming the stream hasn't had any problems. You should see all three cameras. You can see me talking to you. You can see the bacon cooking over there. So I'm probably going to have to mix up a little bit. We're rendering that bacon down. Let's take a look at it. Nice low heat. It's actually a little high, but it's okay. What we're going for over there, we want the bacon to render down. Hey Tiger, how you doing? We want the bacon to render down. I want the fat to come out. I really want that to crisp up a little bit, and I want some nice brown bacon with all the fat rendered out of it, and I want the fat to be some of the flavor that we're going to work into everything else. So I'm actually gonna go over and pull the bacon out once it's cooked. I'm gonna pull the bacon out and set it aside for a little while we cook our vegetables in the bacon fat. That's what we're really going for here. For those of you who were here Thursday, I saved 2 shallots and a red onion from Thursday, and that'll be the next part. Traditional mirepoix would be white onion, but I like red onion. I think I like the flavor a little better. It's got a little more bite to it. It also looks cooler. And I've got shallots, which I had used. I didn't use these on Thursday. I used these to make soup yesterday. I made chicken noodle soup yesterday, and I saved up a bunch of it, and it's in little containers in the fridge. So I've got some chicken noodle soup. Because this is the time of year for soup. I did beef soup a while ago. Doing good, be better with bacon and beer cheese soup. Well, you're in the right place for bacon and beer cheese soup. We will have some of that fairly soon. Well, probably not too soon. We gotta wait for that to go. I've got the bread in the oven. You didn't miss much. I bought bread. How do I like my bacon? Chewy or crispy? I like it crispy. Usually I answer that with, well, I like to live on the wild side and not know. But no, I do like it crispy. I like crispy bacon. So, I'm one of those guys. I like my bacon crispy. So I'm doing shallots and onions for this. Shallots just have a little bit different flavor. I like it. It sautés up well. Gives you a nice blend of flavors here. And again, just like with the carrot, the celery, and with the red onion, we want to extract the flavor from it. But we want it really fine so that as it cooks, it just kind of disintegrates and goes into the soup, and we don't notice it's actually there. We got plenty of beer and cheese to make up the bulk of the soup, but the mirepoix is just there. It's in the background. It's there to build that flavor. You always think, man, you're thinking, when you're thinking at home, you're like, man, I made this like exactly how I thought it was in the restaurant, and it didn't match up. Did you make mirepoix? Did you make your base? Did you? No, of course not. You don't think about it. Hell, I don't think about it unless I'm doing the stream and I'm like, okay, how am I going to do this? So, I think I might play some Guild Wars after the stream tonight. That's what I want to do today. I'll play some Guild Wars. Alright, one more piece of shallot here. Yeah, I definitely need to sharpen my knife because it's starting to bug my eyes. Biggest thing you can do, if onions or anything like that is bugging your eyes, sharper knife. That's the biggest cause of it. Your knife isn't sharp enough. And people don't believe me, but then they sharpen their knives and they're like, holy crap, you were right. I was like, of course I was right. You'd be playing Guild Wars if you didn't have to study? No one has to study. That's not true. I needed to study a lot. Let's take another. This onion does not look happy. What's wrong with you, onion? I'm just glad I had the shallots. I'll have some of this onion. It was already trying to grow on me. Math final? What kind of math you taking? What kind of math are we talking about here? I'm good at math. Well, I used to be good at math. I'm out of practice. It's chopped up well enough for what I'm doing. Onions disintegrate pretty easily anyway, so that can be a little big. Alright, I need some beer. A little bit of onion juice in my eyes. It actually solve it. It just makes me feel better. Let's take a look at this bacon over here. Why are you not rendering as nicely as you should be? Not happy. I'm not happy though. Hormel Black Label bacon is usually much better than that. That's 020. Okay. Usually with the onion in your palm and cut it? Ah, yeah, right. Look at this. Come on, bacon. So we're gonna need, I'm not getting as much bacon fat out of that as I'd like. So we're gonna need to supplement it with some butter. What do we got here? 4 or 5 tablespoons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tablespoons, so we're gonna need about a 1/4 cup. Let's go with a 1/3 cup just to be safe. Of flour. Because we don't want to put too much flour in or it'll just be starchy. And we don't want to put too little flour in, otherwise it won't really thicken and the cheese will bind it up. So, I'll grab a 1/3 cup of flour just to have ready. Because we want to have flour ready. And I haven't got any flour on this coat, so, you know, I've got to fix that apparently. Okay. There's my 1/3 cup of flour ready to go. The butter's ready to go. You getting hungry? Awesome. Order of operations is important because people get it wrong all the time. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's how I remembered order of operations. My mom was also a math teacher when I was a kid, so that helped too. Uh-oh, I gotta grab a beer. Sorex, thank you. There we go. I'm glad you're getting hungry. I'm glad you're getting hungry. We're gonna get this going over here. You know what? impatient with this bacon. But I do want it to crisp up some more first before I do anything. We're just going to have to keep working on the stuff we're going to add to it as we're going along. So we'll get a little bit of a heads up here. A small bag of pretzels and gummies. What's this thing of hot chocolate and a can of Monster? Well, the can of Monster's good. So we're going to need heavy cream. I've got both orange and white cheddar, so we'll mix it up. We're going to use mostly the orange because we want the color. You should really take notes. Sounds, that's the best part, is the videos, and then I'm exporting them to YouTube, so you'll be able to find them over there too. So, and I'm a little behind on putting things up in the blog, but when I get the blog going again, probably after Christmas, I'll get really serious about the blog. And that'll have all the recipes in there too. So, that way you can keep up a little bit. I kind of wanted to make this kind of like a Bob Ross of cooking kind of thing, but it's a little different because with that, you always know what your palette's going to be. It's going to be pretty close to the same thing every time, then you're going to paint. So, it's not quite as good because you can't really cook along with me unless I give you the ingredients ahead of time. You just really watch if you're following recipes. Exactly, and you've got 2 weeks to watch them here on Twitch, and then they're on YouTube in my production company's channel, Bucket Castle, where I put all my videos up. So I think Thursday didn't export properly because I had something weird in the title. It rejected it, so I've got to fix Thursdays. I got to make a YouTube command. I don't have one, Gazones. I don't know how if I can just make one in chat. Plus, I don't know what the link is off the top of my head. Need that to subscribe to. I will get that for you. I will put that up. So let's check out the bread real quick here. Woo. All right, the bread's coming up. Not quite the shape I want. It's more of a bread ball than a bread bowl, but whatever. All right, some of this bacon's starting to crisp a little bit. That makes me feel better. All right. Need that? Hold on, I can do that real quick. I needed to look up the. I see that. I needed to look up the link, so now you should be able to YouTube it. Bam! That's a link right to the playlist for the cooking special. I needed to look up what the link was to the playlist. And that is really the only thing I'm putting up there now, but I've got some other stuff up. My old podcast is up there. Some educational videos I've done for photography are up there. But that'll take you right to the playlist. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of people subscribing to things. I don't monetize them. You won't see ads. I figured if you guys like what you're seeing on YouTube, and you come over here and watch, and you leave me tips and donations over here, that's better than you seeing ads on YouTube, because I'm not going to force you to watch ads. Now, if you're getting any, I don't monetize that playlist. So if you're getting them, that's purely YouTube's fault, and I'm sorry. If you're getting them coming in here, well, that's Twitch, and that's just how Twitch makes money. So I misspelled something. I misspell lots of things. On the menu, oh, I rushed through the menu, but what does my menu even say? Bacon and beer, cheese, soup, bread, bowl, salad, or something. Oh, fix that. Are you happy now, Dream? You happy now? Apparently I didn't have enough to drink yet. Alright, a few more minutes on the bacon, and then we'll be able to pull that out, set it aside. We've got, alright, so I've got some chicken stock, got some heavy cream, I got lots of cheese, we got flour and butter we're going to add when we do the veggies, and that will give us our base. That'll give us our base for our beer cheese soup. I've got beer, I've got Newcastle, so that's the base of it. We've got a couple minutes left on the bread bowls. They look pretty good. I looked at them real quick a minute ago. They look pretty good. I think they're cooked. Sir Ray's is doing the host. Thank you. All right. Thank you for the host, Sir Ray's. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping over here. I know it's a stretch to pull a lot of you guys away from Severn and Walks. I know Severn's probably doing something really fun. I actually have to turn streaming off on my desktop. It causes my stream to crash from streaming something else I learned when I was... Yeah, no problem. Food's cooking. All right. So, I might pull this out a little early. It's okay if I pull this out a little early. I really wanted it for the fat. Then we're gonna add it back in. So, there's a nice layer of fat in the bottom. Yeah, it might be a little tough to see on the over the top. So, it's finally browning up pretty well. We're getting some of that fat out of there. All right. So if we're gonna make salad, I mean, I can make salad in about 2 seconds because it's salad. What would you guys like to see on a salad? I mean, I was just gonna make Caesar, which means I'm just gonna throw Caesar dressing in it and toss it and eat it. But all right, there's food here. Can I send food your way? Only cookies. That's the only thing I figured out how to send appropriately. And hopefully they'll get to Tribal. I sent some... First time I ever sent something across the ocean, so... We'll see how they get there. That bacon fat, yes, we are rendering out the bacon fat right now. Just need it. Bionica! Hey! Welcome! Welcome to chat, welcome to the show. We are making... soup. I thought Severn was going to be here because I forgot it was the 40 hour. So he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. We're going to make some beer cheese soup with Newcastle. Can you see the Newcastle? No, it's off the camera. I got a 12 pack of Newcastle I cracked into. Elliot's walking around somewhere. All right. You know what? It's not super crispy, but it's in a good spot where I can pull that out. So let's get some paper towels and catch that into. We're going to reserve it. That's the appropriate term, is to reserve it, meaning we're going to take it out and save it for another step in the process. Assuming we don't eat it all first. Oh, I need a spoon. I need something with an edge to it to get that stuff out of there. Really? That's the only spoon I've got? Must be in the dish. Oh, I got everything out of the dishwasher I need. Ah, salad tong style. There we go. Just had to get a little creative, that's all. If I miss a couple pieces here or there, it's not the end of the world. There's be some really crispy bacon bits in the end. That's okay. Excuse me. So we've reserved our bacon. Reserved is a term that if you see it in a recipe, it means put it aside and don't eat it and don't throw it out. Save it. Dream wants bacon. Dream, I'm not surprised. Everyone wants bacon. Everyone loves bacon. So we're gonna put our veggies in we chopped up earlier. Oh man, something went down the wrong pipe. And we're gonna add some of this butter to it. And that means we're gonna fortify the fat with another fat. Oh man. Wow. Something really went down the wrong pipe there. Ooh, bacon. All right. Oh, I'm snacking on them, don't worry. I am also snacking on them. There's a little garlic powder in. It's a little early for it, but whatever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sweat this down. We're gonna just get everything nice and soft. We want to extract all our flavor. We want to get our onions. We want to get our garlic, our shallots, our onions, our celery. We want to just extract all that flavor. We want that nice base savory flavor out of all that. And we're doing that by pulling it out in some butter and some bacon fat and just letting that just kind of work itself out over fairly low heat. We're going to let it work itself out. We're going to turn around after that, throw some flour in the mix, and though it's not technically making a roux because you would do that separate and chill it and then bring it back in when you need to, it has the same effect. We can put the flour in the fat and it suspends the flour so that when we do something like add cream and add stock and add our cheese, it doesn't bind up. It distributes it nicely. So it'll be bound to the fat. It'll distribute nicely. We'll get a nice creamy. Because if you just like heat up milk and throw cheese in it, you just make a cheese ball. It doesn't work that way unless you sit there and whisk it constantly. And this I'm still gonna have to whisk quite a bit to get done, but it's okay. We'll be able to do it a little bit easier and it will hold better. It won't try and separate nearly as quickly. So, you know, something I can make on the stream, chicken pot pie. I will probably make chicken pot pie at some point. I still have a pie crust left over from making the quiche. Although I probably won't make it before I leave because I leave early Tuesday morning. So I'll have to throw that in the freezer so I can have it when I come back. Chicken pot pie does sound pretty good. There's about 30 seconds left on the bread. Oh my god, cheese balls. I mean, if you want to make cheese balls that way, I just go right ahead. That's one way to get there. Let's see, who we got here? I got my text really big in chat, but my list of names is still kind of a small font. You can't dairy? I don't think, have I done anything sans dairy yet? I did meatless on Thursday. I did meatless for lasagna. Woo. I'll flip this around over here so you guys can see. Look at that. Bread. I got a bread balls, not bread bowls, but they'll do. They'll do just fine. Put those back on the stove. You can't really see them on the other side of the stove. But stir this up a little bit. We really want to like get the fat all around there. This could get a little bit hotter, but not much. I can scrape up some of the bottom of this. Just get all that, all those wonderful burnt flavors. It's not really burnt more than just kind of there. And I'll do it again when I add the stock. Alright, make sure that's nice and spread out. Grab some bacon. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Alright, so we'll move these back off to the side. We need that, we're gonna need that, we need that. We're gonna put cheese in until we can't put cheese in anymore. That's the plan. Means I'm probably gonna make a lot of soup. You can semi pizza, depends on the day. It's all melted that much. No ice cream. Oh, no ice cream. Oh, you two, Grisel's and Cerres. When I moved to Rhode Island, I learned about this really weird thing they do here. And I don't know why they do it. They make pizza strips, which have no cheese on them. It's just, they're just bread, just pizza dough and sauce, and that's it. And I was like, what? And this is apparently a big thing here. I still haven't figured it out yet. But just about every bakery and grocery store does it. I need more beer. Bottle opener. Just relieve my can opener. You're moving to Rhode Island? Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, don't let that be the reason you move to Rhode Island. Move to Rhode Island because it's just a really cool place to live. And I'm here. Alright. So let's keep checking on our veggies over here. Let's steal some more bacon. But I need more bacon. Got a bacon in my mouth and I don't want to talk. Look at bacon. I only meant to grab one piece. I think I grabbed like 3, so I grabbed a little too much bacon. stuffed pepperoni pretzels that you could probably make on your own. Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe I'll do a stuffed pretzel night. I don't know. I'm always looking for ideas, guys. I'm always looking for ideas. Because usually what you're getting is whatever it is I wanted to eat when I came up with the idea for the stream. And, well, this we came up with last week, but when you're done, can you make a bowl of soup appear on my desk? Working on it. Working on it. I've got some of the best Starfleet engineers working on it. Not sure how that's going to go yet. All right, let's be honest. The best engineer I know works at Intel, and the next one works at EA Sports. So they're probably not working on it. There's a little bit of a waiting game on this, which is unfortunate, but bread. Looks like it's cooked. Can't really do much more than that. We want to get some of these bits off the bottom. There's a lot of flavor down there. How soft are those carrots? I want the carrots to be really soft. There's still a little crunch to them. Flavor's melting nice, but still a lot of crunch to those carrots. We want to give them another minute or two. I should do a jig while I wait. Someone suggested that during times like this, I should actually have my Minecraft server up and running and be sitting there on my computer playing Minecraft during breaks, but if teleportation was if teleportation was a thing, I would just cook in my house all day and just send it to people. And be like, here, send me $10. Here, have this bowl of soup. Like, if I could teleport, I'd just be like, here you go. Come back. Draw you a picture? No. Oh, what I will do is I'll show you guys what I did today. You guys who follow me on Twitter, you probably already saw this, but I'll totally screw this up by moving this camera. But I installed my pot rack today, finally. It was, goes up into the beams up in the ceiling. I can't drill into the beams, so I had to go over them with chain. And I installed my pot rack. That was the highlight of my day today. Probably screwed up that camera, but that's okay. So, I got my pots hanging up. Would I ever try making donuts? Absolutely. I've made donuts. I've made biscuit donuts. I haven't made like real donuts. But I want to make donuts. I want to make bagels. I think that might be a day. That might just be like a Sunday stream. Might just be donuts and bagels because that could be like an entire stream just right there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, I like it. I like it. It's nice. It's not quite level. I still have to work on that. It was level, and I started putting pots on, and it kind of started going. So I should do a breakfast stream. I've thought about doing a Saturday breakfast stream, maybe. But that would involve me waking up on Saturday after Dragonspire, so that's not going to happen. I don't wake up before like noon. Alright, so these are probably as far as I'm going to be capable of letting them go without driving you guys away as an audience. So the next thing I'm going to do is put the rest of that butter in that I had kept to the side. Let that melt in. I'm just going to break it up so melts down a little faster. Get that going. So there's a lot of melted butter in that pan right now, and that's by design. Hey, Lumps! Lumps 3 is one of my oldest friends. I think I said this on Thursday when he showed up. But Lumps is one of my oldest friends. Alright, so we're going to throw some flour in there. And this is going to kind of cheat us some roux. And roux is a thickener, but we're going to cheat with this. We're just going to mix it right in. We're not going to cook it separate or anything. Traditional roux is equal parts fat and flour, but we just want to kind of cook this up a little bit. The thing is, you got to cook the roux, you got to cook the flour a little bit, otherwise everything just tastes like, well, Elmer's glue. So, or paste actually, it tastes like paste. If you remember eating paste as a kid, that's what happens if you don't let this flour cook all the way through first. I'm still going to aim in here and get some of these bits out. Alright, we got pretty much everything up off the bottom we're going to get that isn't scorched in there. I'll put more bacon. So actually we're going to put in some chicken stock. I'm gonna kind of eyeball it. And for breakfast you can roll down some French toast. I love French toast. I like making French toast, like eating French toast. It's a mess to make, but I love doing it. So, I've got chicken stock. You could do this as veggie stock. I wouldn't do it with beef or fish stock, but I've got some chicken stock here. I debated between chicken and chicken and veggie for a while when I was buying ingredients, and I was like, let's go with the chicken stock. Does it make a whole lot of difference? No, not really. So we're going to just kind of eyeball in some chicken stock, just enough to kind of really get things moving around and get the base of the soup going real well. You want to get foods? No, you got to wait till you get back. Right, we're gonna go to top down cam. Big time top down cam. We're gonna be over top of this for a little bit here. So I just want to get this, make sure everything's nice mixed up here. We're gonna throw in our stock. So I'm just eyeballing it. But I want to make sure there's a good layer of it on the bottom here first. Alright, that's about half the bottle. So this is a 32 ounce, so that's about a pint. About a pint's worth right there. And you'll see this will be really cloudy from the flour and the fat. This should be a nice, cloudy, almost gravy-like texture. Well, not texture, it'll still be fairly thin, but it'll have a gravy-like quality to it here. But you can still see all those veggies, and we don't want the veggies. Anyway, we want the flavor of the veggies, but we don't want the veggies to be visible and whatnot in there. There we go, and you can see as it heats up, it's starting to thick up a little bit. So, getting that going. It's time for the secret weapon. motor. That's right, I'm busting out the boat motor. Hey, Lumps, what do you think of the background music today? Actually, let's put a little more. I need a little more stock in here first. Not quite enough for the boat motor to do its thing. We'll just use the whole thing. Whatever. Alright, I'm making a lot of soup. I don't know how to cook soup. There we go. There we go. Much better. So what we've got here is an immersion blender. They call it a stick blender or a boat motor. It's got lots of cool names, but and mine disconnects, so I only have to clean the bottom part. The bacon cheese soup, yes sir, I'm making bacon cheese soup. So let's see. So this food's making you hungry. Could you show us how to make homemade Alfredo sauce one day? Absolutely. I want to do a whole night, and this will be after the new year. After the new year, I'm going to start lining up stuff a little bit more ahead of time than just, oh, what do I want to make next time? Like, I'm going to actually line stuff up a little bit. I'm going to do a whole episode on sauces and just the different kinds of sauces. There are 6 mother sauces. No, 7 mother sauces. Wow. No, 6 mother sauces. I need to drink more. I think I'm in culinary school again. I do want to do a whole night of sauces, different kinds of sauces and things. The things you'll actually use. I don't want to go into like some of the crazy sauces that you'll never use, but yeah. Pasta and Alfredo. Yeah, we could do a night. We'll do a night with homemade Alfredo. We'll do homemade tomato. The great thing is, since so many of them cook so quickly, we'll be able to just boom, 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 and then something like tomato, which takes a long time to really cook up properly. We'll do that first. It'll just sit on the stove. We'll do a bunch of other sauces, then we'll come back and look at our tomato and see how it's going. I'll show you guys how to make hollandaise, which is really hard, but it's worth it. Whole night of sausage. I have a sausage maker attachment for my KitchenAid. We could do a whole night of sausage. Don't tempt me, Gerzounds. Do not tempt me. I could do a whole night of sausage, and it would be entertaining. All right. So anyway, I brought the boat motor out, the immersion blender out, because I want all those vegetables to be almost unrecognizable when we get to the end. I don't want anyone to bite into any of it and say, oh, that's a carrot, or oh, that's a little bit of celery. I want that all just blended in. On top of that, what I wanted was that all those vegetables still have starch in them, cellulose and other starches, and that's going to help bind everything together even more than just the flour and the roux and all that. That would be amazing. Sausage Fest! Severin, are you in for Sausage Fest? You want to come over? You want to hang out for Sausage Fest? We can make sausage. We can use the meat grinder. We can make the sausage attachment. They're the same thing. Just sausage attachment has one more piece to it. We'll make sausage. It'll be great. So anyway, we've got this heating up over here. It's heating back up, and it's got a little thickness to it now. The next thing we have to add to it is our cream. I don't know why I sniffed it. It's good till next month. But I've got a pint of cream here. It's a whole pint, but there's probably about 2/3 of it in there. I did use some of it in the past. But we want to add this in slowly. You don't want to just dump it in there and shock it. That'd be like the worst thing you can do. Just shock it in there. You're in, Lumps. Come on up, man. Grab the train. Come on up. Come visit. There. Move that stovetop cam here. There we go. So we're gonna add this slowly and just swirl it in. At this point, we basically have a generic cream of vegetable soup. It'll be very bland, but that's basically where we're at right now. Okay, now it's kind of cooled off enough. I just put it all in there. You get yourself a big spoon, and you can eat this and call it cream of vegetable soup. But really, who wants to eat that? I don't want to eat the bacon. So the next thing we're going to add is our beer. I'll just open another one. Screw it. Move a whole bottle. We want to put on some flavor there. We're going to turn the heat up just a little bit here. Now the next step of this is we're just going to slowly incorporate our cheese and just watch the thickness. We want to make sure we don't go too far that... I just motorboated. Yes, I did. We don't want to go too far that it starts binding back up because then it'll be really hard to eat. We don't want it to be so thin that there's... And we want to make sure there's enough cheese flavor. So I'm going to start with my extra sharp yellow cheddar, because I want that color. And that's also why we put 2 carrots in at the beginning instead of just 1 and all sorts of stuff. So, just put a little bit of cheese in. And stir it up. This is the part that takes a lot of patience when you're making cheese soups. You can't just dump all the cheese in. You gotta get it to incorporate first. More cheese in. At the very beginning, you can go kind of quick because there's lots of spots for the cheese to bind up to. And you can see there's a little bit of. If it starts clumping up too much on your whisk, then you've gone a little too fast. I went a little too fast there. Also means it's probably a little cooler than it needs to be. A little more heat in the burner will help. Let's grab our white cheddar. I planned on doing a little of both. We planned on a little bit of white cheddar, a little bit of orange cheddar. Screw it. This will also be easier to shake him a little at a time here. Very first time I ever made cheese soup. I worked in a restaurant and I didn't know what I was doing, and the owner didn't know. She just really wanted cheese soup. It was before I went to school, and I didn't really know how to do anything other than like fry stuff and make hamburgers at that point. This was like you know, not pre-internet because this was 99, 2000, but you know, pre everyone having a smartphone. So it wasn't like I could just go on Epicurious and look up a beer cheese, you know, a cheese soup recipe real quick. So I kind of figured it out as I went along, and I didn't know about the flour part, and I was like, totally, every time I made it, I made those cheese clumps, and I was like, oh, what the hell? So, like I said, that was before I went to culinary school. It was before I did anything else. There we go. Alright. I basically ended up making a double batch anyway. Alright, so Lula. What are you up to? About 1'6", 60 pounds. Fat little pug. Alright. You really think begging is gonna get you soup? You're way too hot for you to eat. Even Elliot knows not to beg. No, he's a cat. He's a little smarter than you. Alright, let's grab a spoon and see how this tastes. Had ranch burgers. Ooh, that sounds good. We're gonna try this. We're gonna see how this tastes, and maybe we'll let it sit here and simmer for a little while still. It's got a very nice flavor. It's still a little thinner than I'd like. It has a very nice flavor. So what I'm going to do, just to help thicken it up just a little bit more, still got some of this mozzarella left over from the lasagna episode. Also got Gruyere in here. Oh, let's do the Gruyere. Oh, it's a hard cheese. It doesn't really melt, so we don't want to do that. That's the other thing, is you got to have cheeses that'll melt. So like the Gruyere will give it a nice flavor. It doesn't really melt. So it makes it tough to add. I'm just gonna throw in a little mozzarella just to let it do its thing. Then we're gonna let it simmer for a while. Can't believe you almost missed. I can't believe you almost missed it, Travel. You never miss this stuff. With just a little bit of mozzarella in here. Nice and stringy cheese. It'll melt real nice. I'll just whisk that in. And then we're just going to let it sit and simmer for a little while, and that'll help thicken it up too. Because the vegetables and the starches and I'll evaporate out some of it. Yeah, go right by. So, I'm going to let that go. And that'll thicken up a little bit as it sits here and simmers and some of the stock boils off. It'll also reduce the flavor down real nice. But I'm very happy with where that flavor is right now. Alright, now it's starting to get, yeah, that's a little bit of the mozzarella there, just kind of give it some stringiness. Woo! Alright. Cheese, absolutely yum cheese. Oh, a little bit of mozzarella escaped. Alright. So I'm going to go back. All cameras set up. And steal some more bacon. Alright. So that's going to simmer for a little while. And we'll watch it. And you guys have got that third camera there with that on there. And I'm just going to make a quick salad. Because I think it's a soup and salad kind of night. And I don't do anything special to make salad. In fact, I'm probably the fattest salad eating person you'll ever meet. Ooh. You know what would go good in there? Just a little bit of stuff left over from making lasagna the other night. I just want to incorporate that. It's just ricotta. I don't thicken it. Either I ruined it or I made it amazing. We'll find out in about, well, probably about 15-20 minutes. We'll find out if I either ruined it or made it amazing. Let's get that working in there. And turn the oven off. I don't always remember to turn the oven off right away. Alright. Oh yeah, that's getting some viscosity there. I'm happy. So I just gotta remember to come over there and stir that every once in a while. It'll be good. Ruined! We'll see. We'll see. It could be absolutely perfect. It could be ruined. We'll have to find out. Should have had some breadsticks even though you have a bread bowl. No, see that's where without the bread bowl, absolutely breadsticks. But I think the bread bowl is gonna do it. Grab all the stuff I need to make a good salad. At least a salad that I'll eat. And people argue with me that this doesn't count as salad anymore by the time I'm done with it. But you know what? They're not fat. They don't know. Alright. Giant bowl with lid. Lid is important. Bag of salad. Just dump the whole thing in there. It's a salad. If you eat the whole thing, you know what? This is 15 calories per serving, and there's 4 servings in this container. If you eat the whole bag of salad, that's 60 calories. That hardly counts as a meal. So you gotta add something to it. I like banana peppers. This jar is almost out. I have to work on that. I have to get another jar of banana peppers soon. I like getting a little juice in there too. It's not the end of the world. It's pretty good. It's also making me forget about the Dolphins being down 23-0 last time I looked at the score. Alright. And that's the end of that guy. Oh, I should see if I can do a field trip to Sid Wainer Foods and if they'll let me do something fun, like interview them or something. They're awesome. A specialty food warehouse out in New Bedford. It was just Caesar dressing, because I think Caesar dressing can go on any kind of salad. It doesn't have to be romaine. And that's 4 tablespoons for 4 servings of salad. And you know what? It's 2 per serving, so I'm going to do 5. There. And I've still got some Romano cheese. The Romano cheese. The D&D handbook under my computer. Yes, I wanted to prop my computer up. I appreciate you. Somebody noticed it. I wanted to prop my computer up so I didn't have to lean over quite so far to read it for chat and stuff. And I looked around, and the first thing I saw was my D&D books. So there's the PHB, the DMG, and the MM, and it props up about 3 more inches, and I'm okay with that. All right. Then we toss the salad. As dirty as it sounds, we toss the salad. This is why I like these mixing bowls with lids. Like, seriously, this is how I make salad. It's super easy. Boom. There's my salad. There's a good good amount of dressing coated over everything. There's cheese. All my peppers are probably at the bottom because they're heavy, but whatever. There we go. There's salad. Now I can eat that salad while I wait for the soup. Now, what you got to do exactly that is what I had to do. Now, I would just eat this right out of the bowl. I probably, if I didn't have the soup, would literally just eat this. This would be my dinner. I would just eat this. Done. But we got some other things to worry about first. We've got these bread bowls. We gotta do something with them. And we need a smaller knife. They're okay. They're a little small. I think though if I hadn't cut them up, I probably wouldn't have gotten. They probably would have been too big. And so basically, you cut in at like a 45-degree angle here. And just spin it around. I hope I'm on the right camera. I'll check that before I cut the next one open. And you pull it apart, and boom. Now, you got the time, you pick that apart a little bit and save some of the insides. On the right camera, okay. You could start a little lower, get a little bit different angle. But you don't want to take too much of the bread out because that's actually, the soup soaking into the bread is what keeps it from leaking. It kind of binds up with the bread. It doesn't end up leaking all the way out, though I do want to take some of that out. I'm just going to cut all 4 of them open because why not? This guy didn't quite look like a bowl, but you know what? He's going to be just as useful as everybody else. In fact, I want this one. This is the one I want. Because he looks different. He's different. He's special. So I just pull all these off. Yep, these are nice and cooked. These are still very, very warm in the middle. And this is a pizza dough. It's just white bread. So if you wanted to make from scratch, you can just make white bread. You can make any kind of bread you want at that point. So let's come over here, stir this up, make sure this is going well. The other reason we want to stir is we don't want too much to get stuck to the bottom. That's a potential hazard when you're making, especially like cheesy soups and like really sticky soups like this. Things will stick to the bottom very quickly if you're not stirring them. Alright. I can just feel a little bit of stickiness to the bottom. I just want to make sure I get kind of scrape it up a little bit. Nope. Hold on. Hello. All right. So we've got our little soups. I'm going to bust these out a little bit. You don't have to do this. Depends on how much soup you want. Plus, it'll give you a chance to eat some of the soup. You can hear it. All right. So I want to pull a little bit of that out. I'll take a little bit off the top of this. And you might not even, like if you order it at a restaurant, they might not even give you the top to your bread bowl. I think that's kind of cheating you out of some of your own hard-earned bread bowl money, but whatever. It's a restaurant. Take that out. Asian 2007. I need to get a fresh beer just for that. I poured my beer into the soup. It was horrible. I was without a beer. Oh no. There you go. I'm gonna have myself a beer. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Dream, Race, Hunter, oh, thank you all for being here. All right. and we're gonna just scoop a little bit more out of here. And scoop a little bit out of here. That's the other trick. If you end up not cooking your bread bowl all the way through, you can just scoop out the raw dough. Welcome to the party, Gaijin. Welcome to the party. I like to think this is a big party. It's a nice party. We're having beer cheese soup with some bacon, which that's coming along pretty well now. There we go. Get a little simmer action here. I think that's a good time to add some bacon back in. Bacon. Some bacon back in there and start mixing that up. All right. Consistency is pretty good. Flavor's pretty good. Got a little bacon for garnish left. Let's bake it in there. Did I just start? Are you late? Hunter, you're a little late. It's what, 8 o'clock. I started at 6:30, so we're actually been going for about an hour now. But that's okay. Glad you made it. Glad you made it at all. So the next big step here is just to fill the bread bowl. Then we have our bread bowl. I'm not gonna bust out the fish plates. This will be the first stream I don't bust out a fish plate, but that's okay. Right. Didn't get put away, that's why. Alright. So we're gonna wrap this up here. So that's okay. You can turn off because it's a cast iron pot. It'll stay warm for a little while. I'll grab 2 of these. There it is. We'll put it this way. You get a Twitch notification? Yeah, I don't know what's up with Twitch. And it keeps disconnecting from my Twitter too, so I'm glad you got a tweet, because I get emails like every couple of days. It's like, we've disconnected from your Twitter. Did you want this to happen? No. There's one. Am I going to make some with chocolate? No. I don't have that much chocolate. I was thinking I might like make cookies and dip them in chocolate or something, but it takes a while to do that. Plus I don't have a double boiler set up. I'd have to make one up. So here we go. Some soup and salad in a bread bowl. Let's see the big reveal. No chocolate. I mean, I could do something with chocolate, but I mean, I have. I don't know. I was just thinking when I was writing the menu. I've got one thing of chocolate right now. It's not really enough to do much of anything. But you guys can see there. Well, let me pull this other stuff away a little bit. Beer cheese soup, a little bit of salad. Beer cheese soup with Newcastle brown ale. Looks tasty, doesn't it? Yeah, I know. It's a bummer on the no chocolate, but I don't know what I'd do. I mean, that was kind of a thrown in last minute, like, oh, maybe I'll do a chocolate something. I don't know. I really, like, even if I made chocolate, I got nothing to dip in it. I ate all the cookies. So, there we go. Beer cheese soup. One thing for next stream. Yes, next stream, we'll do. You know what? We'll do something with chocolate for the next stream. I'll get some melting chips and we'll have some fun with chocolate. That sounds like a great next stream. But beer cheese soup, vegetable salad with with Caesar dressing, banana peppers, and I got one extra because you're coming over. Well, I've got one extra, Tribal. I've got plenty to make 2 more extra. So, that's fine. You hop that flight. By the time you get here, I'll be gone. Don't worry. So, thank you everybody for coming out. Do you guys have any questions? You got any comments? You want to say anything? You know, I appreciate you all coming out to hang out. I know it's a tough draw to get you away from some of the other channels that are big on Sunday. I realize I'm like in direct competition with Domestic Dan right now, and I love watching him, but I don't want to. I gotta compete with him. It's the best time to be doing this. Cookie stream based about chocolate. I'll do a chocolate one. All right. So, little housekeeping while you guys come up with your questions. This week, Thursday is Christmas Eve. Guess what? No stream. Sorry. Hundale, thank you for the follow. Glad I have a beer right there. Thank you so much. This Thursday is Christmas Eve. There will be no stream. Next Sunday is the day I'm flying home from my Christmas family vacation. I will let you guys know if I'm going to stream somewhere along the way while I'm flying back. Depends on if I get delayed or if anything else happens. So, I'll let you know then. But if there is anything Thursday or Sunday, next Tuesday will be the first Tuesday stream. My Tuesday night class is done, and I'm going to start doing Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. And that, I think we'll do like desserts on Tuesdays, and Thursdays will be like quick meals that you could do at home. And then Sundays will be more elaborate stuff like this, where there's a lot more steps involved. I think that's going to be the way I want to roll it. I want to do like something sweet. Like Tuesday will be sweets, and Thursdays will be easy meals, and Sundays will be more complex meals. I think that's going to be a good way to go. If you guys have any opinions on that, make sure you let me know. But anyway, thank you for coming, hanging out. We've had a good hour and a half, minus a little startup glitch time. Just with OBS being OBS and being a pain in the ass. Everybody, yeah, have a safe winter time, whether it's Yule or Christmas, or if you're just finishing up Hanukkah, or whatever else it is you celebrate. Make sure you celebrate well. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. If you drink, stay where you are. I have couches here. I make people stay here if they drink. So, be safe, and I will see you guys maybe next Sunday, but probably the Tuesday after. Good night.